It's Tuesday, October 19th, 2010. I'm Kevin McShann, and this is the McShann Sports Beat Report. If you're tasked with the responsibility of resurrecting a program which has been traditionally thought of as an afterthought, and you have the hopes, dreams, and aspirations of fans, media, alumni, and the entire university resting on your shoulders, and you fail to deliver, then it's a demoralizing feeling for everyone. For Tim Brewster, 4 years ago, he arrived on campus as a knight in shining armor, with so many people taking an optimistic stance. 4 years later, he leaves as the ire of so many people in a land of 1,000 lakes. Brewster arrived on the campus of the University of Minnesota 4 years ago, hoping to return the Gophers to prominence and restore the luster of a program that had lost its shine. He had visions of bringing the Gophers to the Rose Bowl, hopes and heights they haven't reached in more than a generation. But on Sunday, everything Brewster had worked for or hoped to build came crumbling down from beneath him. Brewster was fired on Sunday. Brewster was ousted one day after the Golden Gophers fell to 1-6 on the season following their 28-17 defeat at the hands of the Purdue Boilermakers. Brewster had a record of 15-30 during his time at Minnesota, which included a 6-21 mark inside the Big Ten Conference. Brewster was in his fourth season as the Golden Gophers head coach. He was 0-10 in trophy games, and he failed to record a victory between chief rivals Iowa or Wisconsin, and the lack of success in the Big Ten irritated both fans and those in upper management in the university's athletic department. Joe Maturi, the athletic director at the University of Minnesota, says that he's had several conversations with the university president, Robert Breunig, about the future of Tim Brewster as the head coach of Minnesota, and he says that everyone at the university knows the importance of a vibrant football program. The fact of the matter is that President Breunig, Joe Maturi, and others know that football is the engine to every athletic program. And our engine is sputtering, and we need to find a way to fix it. We're committed to doing so, Maturi said. Offensive coordinator Jeff Horton will serve as interim head coach for the remainder of the season. The Associated Press is reporting that Brewster will receive $600,000 in a buyout from the school. He was hired by Minnesota in 2007 despite not having any head coaching or coordinating experience at either the collegiate or NFL level. Before arriving at Minnesota to coach the Gophers, Brewster was known as a successful recruiter under Mac Brown at the University of Texas. However, during his time with the Gophers, Brewster's recruiting classes were underwhelming. Instability and indecisiveness on Brewster's coaching staff also contributed to his ultimate demise in 3 seasons at Minnesota. Brewster had 3 offensive and defensive coordinators. For those on the team, it seems like the lack of continuity within the coaching staff has had a negative effect on their level of success. We haven't had enough of that. That continuity, that collectiveness of a pattern that reflects our wins and losses. Quarterback Adam Weber said. The Gophers posted a record of 1-11 during Brewster's first season as head coach before rebounding to post a record of 7-1 to start the next season. However, they faltered down the stretch, losing their final 5 games, including a 55-0 drubbing at the hands of the Hawkeyes, which eventually sealed Brewster's fate. Morale seemed to be on the uptick at Minnesota when the university opened their new football stadium in 2009, TCF Bank Stadium. However, since it opened a year and a half ago, the school has seen dwindling numbers in the stands, which has prompted the move to fire Brewster. Maturi says, despite the recent futility of the program, the Golden Gophers still have a season to play and is hopeful that fans will be patient and show their support to the current team rather than giving them ridicule. We're coming into 2 home football games, and I don't think it's fair for our kids to be booed, quite frankly. That's why I have my plea out to our fans. Don't boo our kids, he said. The Golden Gophers and Maturi wasted no time in trying to fill their coaching vacancy in their football program with a high-profile name. Maturi and the university contacted former Indianapolis Colts head coach and Golden Gopher alum Tony Dungy to gauge his interest in the position. However, Dungy said he was not interested in filling the position. However, he did say he would help aid in the search. Maturi said that there'll be 2 main components to his sales pitch to the new head coach of the Golden Gophers. He says that he'll sell them on the opportunity to play in their new stadium and to have their name on a program that hasn't made an appearance in the Rose Bowl since 1962. For now, the team turns to Horton as their interim head coach to finish the season, which starts Saturday at home against the Penn State Nittany Lions. Horton was the head coach at the University of Nevada in 1993, and then again at UNLV from 1994 to 1998. He most recently served as the quarterbacks coach for the Detroit Lions and head coach Jim Schwartz before joining the coaching staff at Minnesota. My job is to instill confidence in them to get them to play as hard as they can for as long as they can and try and help them achieve victory, Horton said. There's no question that this is a program that lacks maturity, leadership, and an identity. And now, it's up to Maturi to find a man who can fit the bill, a man who can give Golden Gophers football a blueprint for success. That task will be made easier with the new stadium. However, the team has to be built from scratch, and that, my friends, may be easier said than done. Kevin McShann, Sports Beat, reports.